Hey guys, what's up? I'm Daisho, here playing some Magic. Today we're doing Enduranked for Sliver Hive. We've already won a couple of games with it, but this is not going to be a hand that's going to take us there, so let's find a new one. Alright, this one is going to be keepable, mainly because it's got one of the best early drop slivers in it. Alright, my opponent's playing Demir, which seems like it'll be a bad matchup. I am so happy that Thought Scour just happened. I probably would have lost this game if my first two draws were lands. Alright, let's lead with a Plains, I guess. I don't really think that there's any possibility that I cast Path to Exile on turn 1, but I guess I'll leave it open. Because I don't wanna ramp him. I figured a Ravenous Wrath might be coming. Not a big deal, I have an extra land here. I mean, I don't particularly want to discard this land because I sort of want to get up to 6 mana so I can cast my Megantic Sliver, but God, how did... but I still don't want to drop... I still don't want to drop a spell at this point in the game. And if he makes me discard again, then I'm going to have to discard a land in the Megantic Sliver. Because I won't be able to cast it if I'm at 4. Like, if I'm down to 3 lands, then I just won't ever be able to cast that spell. And I like keeping around double Blur Sliver just in case he's got removal for one of them. I really want to have a Blur Sliver out. It's so important to this deck to gaining a lot of advantage. But yeah, we're just going to be able to drop this Blur Sliver here, and then the same thing for next turn if he kills this, which I have a feeling Elias Gas might be coming, since he didn't do anything on his turn, or I guess Terramorphic might have been the only land in hand and he just didn't have any 2-drops. Seems what it was like, because I mean, like, I'm always going to kill this thing on turn 3, if I have a removal spell up for it. Or maybe not, I mean, yeah, I'll probably just path that thing. So I'm not actually going to play the Terramorphic next turn, I'm just going to play a regular land and path it. Alright, let's see. Land, path, Blur Sliver seems good, but actually, now that I think about it, I think I'd rather just play the Megantic Sliver next turn. So we're just going to play Rampant Growth, Terramorphic, Path. And I think I want to not attack with this thing and just path on his turn, so he takes 1 damage still. Well, he could have Counter Squall, so yeah, this is better just because he might have Counter Squall. What's going on here? Okay, that was weird. The problem is I give him an extra land right now, but I think this is a little better. Let's just do this right here. And let's go get, I don't know, a second green. Maybe a second red would have been better. I can still get it with the Terramorphic. So now I just really have to hope he doesn't play something like Mind Rot here, and I'll be in very good shape, since he doesn't really have anything to take care of this Megantic Sliver. I may as well just go fetch this now. It's not going to hurt me. Don't want to forget, that would be really bad. He can Mind Rot me here, which would be pretty rough, because then I would have to top deck a land. Illusory Armor. Okay. I mean, I have a feeling something like Hold Back is going to happen here, but he's not going to be happy with that because I'm just going to be able to Megantic Sliver up. Okay, he's just going to attack. Then he is definitely not going to be happy taking 11 damage. Alright, so he's still got 3 cards in hand, so... Face Fetters. Yeah, I don't need to do that yet. I'm still at 14, so I can afford to play this thing now. And if I draw a land, then I can do both next turn and probably just kill him. Both Blur Sliver and Face Fetters. But yeah, I mean, that was just a large hit, and the fact that I have another haste 5 power guy in my hand means that he's going to have to do something pretty impressive here if he wants to survive. Chittering Rats, that's fine. Not really going to do anything. I would rather him Thought Scour away the Face Fetters than the Blur Sliver, which he might have, I don't really know. And he's got to hold back here. Alright. I'm trying to figure out which is better, Face Fetters or Blur Sliver. So, I don't know if there are any instants that can help him here. Well, if I play Blur Sliver, he could block, chump, Last Gasp this one over here to survive. But then he loses both of his creatures And I still have 2. Yeah, I think that playing Faith Fetters is better. Maybe. No, I'm just going to play Blur Sliver here. And I think that should be the best solution. He's definitely going to do something that I haven't thought of, and it's going to wreck me. But, alright, that's exactly what I thought, and he should just take 5 and die. Alright, perfect! So, we managed to get that win. That was pretty good. My opponent had a less than average start, I think, with having to play the Terramorphic on 3 and then not getting that Chittering Rats out until late. And then that Rampant Growth mid-game was actually a really clutch draw because it allowed me to ramp into that Megantic Sliver turn 5 while he was tapped out. So that was pretty fortunate. Faux show. But the sliver, I mean, that's just the power of the slivers. Some decks can't deal with, I mean, like, literally, when I played the Megantic Sliver, I added 9 power of haste to the board. That is just ridiculous. Like, one of the main advantages of auras is that they add a lot of power onto the board, and since you put on a creature that can already attack, it's sort of like haste power. And that's what I did with the Megantic Sliver, except it wasn't an aura. And it was way more power than you can expect to get out of most enchantments. Then again, most enchantments don't cost 6 mana, and if they do, then you expect to get a lot out of them. But like, look exactly what my opponent did. He played an Illusory Armor, which I'm not really sure is a very good card. I'm also not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, because I haven't read it in a long time. But it gives +4/+4 for 5 mana, and it also like has that clause that it can be it has to be sacrificed or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that was definitely a pretty good game. Okay, so this is definitely a keeper. I've only got 2 colors, but I do have this Rampant Growth. I've also got some removal in Path to Exile if something gets shanky, and I can play a Bone-Sized Sliver on turn 3. And then into Thorncaster Sliver on turn 4, which is not really a combo because it kind of seems like if it has double strike it should be able to do 2 things, but that's not the case. Alright, so he's got a Johnny Sunstriker, which is not a big deal considering I have Path in hand. But, yeah, let's hope I draw a plane. Oh, that's annoying. Could have played that guy last turn, and that would have been really good to have out on the battlefield. Alright, let's go get the planes. Very important that I get the planes here. I mean, next turn I could play Striking Sliver and Mirror Entity. Follow it up with a Bone-Sized Sliver or a Thorncaster Sliver or something. If I draw land. Idyllic Tutor. Alright, so he's going to have to show me what card he's getting. But, I mean, I'm hoping he's going to go for, like, the Indestructible Pariah combo, because I just have a Path in hand and he's going to be really sad. Yep, alright, that's perfect. So now I just basically have as much time as I need to set up all my creatures, then I can just path away the creature that presents the issue, whatever he puts Pariah or Indestructibility on, and then I can just straight up win the game from there. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to play Terramorphic this turn, just because I have so much stuff to do. So instead, let's go with Striking Sliver and Mirror Entity. Maybe I should have played the Terramorphic and just played the Mirror Entity. I don't think so. I think this is better, especially because I can probably get in some damage next turn. I mean, he might just play Indestructibility. But if he doesn't and he just attacks, Actually, I think there is something that has Flash, that Guardian... No, not Guardian's Mage Mark, but the one that has Flash and then it says creatures you control get +1/+1. So I'm not going to double block, even though I can kill it in first strike if he attacks. Because, I mean, like... Okay, he's just going to play a Griffin guy, that's fine. Again, I'm going to save the path for when I need it, but like I'm taking 4 a turn here. That's not ideal, but it's also not terrible for me. But, I mean, that attack is pretty risky for him. Alright, so I could just play a Forest and then toss a Thorncaster Sliver out there. But that doesn't do much. I think I'd rather play Terramorphic, go get a Plains, and play my Bone-Sized Sliver. And again, he can hit me again next turn, but I mean, I'm going to have the path, so hopefully he's going to lay out that Indestructibility, and then I can deal with it. If he's smart, he's not going to go for the combo until it's like necessary for him to do so. But I mean, I can also just kill him next turn. If he just like plays indestructibility and attacks, then I can just play like land, make all my guys 6/6s. Alright, that thing's not a problem. Oh, if it's got lifelink, it's a little bit more of a problem. But we'll see if he attacks here. I mean, if he doesn't attack, let's see. So even through this attack, I can still do a ton to him. I'm down to 10 though. Predatory sliver. I don't see. This is where one of those haste slivers would really come in handy. But man, I can just attack here for an absolute ton of damage. So if I make all my guys 6/6 double strikes, then that's 36 damage. But he's gonna block one. I can make them all 5/5s and leave path open. Alright, let's attack here, because unfortunately I can't just play Thorncaster Sliver and kill something with 4 toughness. Hopefully he just doesn't block and loses the game on the spot. That would be ideal. Okay. No, he's not going to block. Doesn't really matter what he blocks. I mean, I guess he doesn't. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what he blocks at all. Okay, well, you lose. Make all my guys 6/6s, and then, yeah, hit you for 36. Not 36. Yeah, 36. Alright, well, I'm glad you didn't want to play that game anymore, because it was definitely getting a little bit worrisome. I mean, obviously, I think I was still ahead, but just the fact that I was taking a bunch of damage and I was getting close to dying was a little bit scary. But yeah, we got a couple more wins with slivers, so after a good start with Mind Maze, we ran into some trouble along the way and then lost, what, like 3 or 4 decks in a row without even a win. And now, back-to-back decks that most people, and including me, consider to be the more average decks in the game are doing pretty well. Though I guess I haven't run into... Did I play Angel's Glory or Avacyn's Glory with this deck? I can't remember. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a wonderful day. Bye.